fact, I've led huge webinars where there's been like 100 people on and the recording going out to 3,000 and it wasn't recorded. It's like, oh no. But yeah, hey, I'm Cordelia and I joined the SFM back in July 2017. I was a nurse. Single mum of 3 kids. I wasn't single mum back then. I was actually married in a quite a difficult relationship. And life was hard, you know. Like I found the SFM because I was depressed and I was watching like motivational videos on YouTube to try and like, you know, give me some motivation to just like improve my life. I was working 13-hour shifts. I had 3 children under the age of 4, a husband that just was never there. And I was really, really down. And when I came across the SFM, I'd already started a business. I was already running an e-commerce business, selling ride-on cars on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. But I just hated it. Like I had these huge boxes, like they were bigger than I was. They were massive. And it actually tied me down more than it gave me freedom, because I was always waiting in for the postman or like the deliveries or returns coming back. And it was just like, I hated it. But then it made me see that actually I wanted a business where I could just be online. Like I enjoyed building a website. I loved like, you know, creating the product listings. I just didn't like the fulfillment. But obviously like I was a nurse, no experience in business, you know, working loads. I was like, well, back to the drawing board, but God knows what it's going to be because I haven't got a clue. Like I've got no experience in this. So I was actually ironing my uniform when an ad showed up on YouTube, and I was, you know, I'd normally skip this ad so many times. You know what, these 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 ads that come up and you just skip them because just think, it's just, you know, no rubbish. And I clicked on this one because I was ironing my nurse uniform and the iPad was on the other side of the room and I couldn't be bothered to walk over and skip it. So I just let it play. And I was like, actually, this guy's talking some sense. Like, this is really interesting. And I literally was like, I describe it like Alice. I don't know if you'll feel like you resonate with this, Robert. I describe it like I was Alice falling down the rabbit hole, just like discovering this whole new world. Like all of a sudden, I'd gone from like being this kind of quite depressed, like getting through the day situation, to just being massively excited by this opportunity, because I was like doing the modules, I was doing the training, I was getting into the community, I was meeting people, and I became obsessed. It was so much fun. I couldn't wait to get home from work and open the laptop. Like that was my new me time. So yeah, I started building out this business in affiliate marketing. I never intended to build a business to leave nursing. Like I enjoyed being a nurse. It was knackering. I hardly ever saw my children. Some days I wouldn't see my children for 4 days straight because I'd be out in the morning before they woke up, and I'd be back after they got home after I got back home after they'd been put to bed. And it was just, you know, so basically like I ended up, so I was building this business. It was like what we call a side hustle, you know, something I was doing on the side. We're quite ambitious. I always want to have something of my own, something to boost my income as well, because nurses in the UK get paid nothing, like terrible pay for being a nurse. So yeah, anyway, that ended up like taking off. I discovered like things that I didn't even know that I was passionate about, that I'm still banging on about to this day, like 3 years later, not bored of it, like just love it. And I replaced my income within 6 months just from learning digital skills. So what you learn in the SFM is not just how to set up your own business, but you learn all these skills like video editing, website building, social media management, just all the kind of digital skills that can equip you to, you know, be able to earn money online. And what's really interesting is back then when I started, earn money online was like a really dirty idea, right? It was like, oh, you're going to get scammed. You be careful now. Like, you sure this isn't some kind of weird pyramid scheme? If I could tell you the amount of times that people ask me if it's a pyramid scheme, I could just, you know what I mean? Literally. And now we're seeing this shift because everyone's at home. We're all online more. And it's like, oh, online business kind of sounds like a good idea. But 3 years ago, it was frowned upon still. And because people had their fingers burnt. So my friends and family were kind of like, don't know about this. But I ended up, you know, proving them wrong. There's a phrase that says, you know, like at first they'll ask you why you're doing it, and soon they'll ask you how you're doing it. And it's so true. So I used those skills that I'd learned I got hired as a social media management for a company in Canada. I was working with them. I was also building websites, £1,000 a pop for a website. Like, you can charge a lot for a website, you know. And I just replaced my income and some, hit my first 10K month, like 8 months in. And, you know, this makes it sound like some kind of magic formula. It's like, building a business takes work. I want to make sure that you get that, right? It's a process. It's learning new skills. It's falling down, getting back up and carrying on as well. There's a bit of that. But what you get in the SFM is this community of entrepreneurs around you that are doing it and making it happen. And so, you know, I went from running an e-commerce business on my own with no support, like, I had like freight coming in from China, and I was incurring port fees left, right and center because I had no idea what I was doing. And I had no one to ask for advice apart from the little freight manager guy in the freight forwarding company. Bless him. Like, he had to put up with me, like, asking him all these questions because I had no clue what I was doing. So then being in the SFM, learning how to set up an online business and being surrounded by really awesome people that were doing it too, that I could ask questions to, webinars I could go to, one-to-one coaching with mentors that were leading programs and stuff in the SFM. And like, it just gave me so much support and so much enthusiasm to just like kill it. Anyway, so then just to continue with this journey story of what's happened for me over the last few years is, you know, I started doing so well in the SFM that I then was leading webinars and teaching people about strategy. And I did that for 2 years. I ran webinars in the SFM teaching people about business strategy. You know, you're getting started, you're setting up a business. This is how you set up your marketing strategy, and getting people on clear paths so that they're actually starting to get some serious traction and sales in their businesses. I became an ambassador for the SFM as well, spoken on their stage at their events 3 times. And then Stuart Ross, who you've probably seen if you have watched the workshops, he's the co-founder of the SFM, incredible guy, like seriously lovely human being. He messaged me one day and was like, Cordelia, I've got a position for you. I really want you on the team as a consultant. And so I joined the SFM internal team. I was a system specialist for a year. I coached 1,300 members on their, you know, system setup and their business strategy. And then in February, I left. I'll never leave the SFM. I'll always be a member of the SFM. For me, it's family, it's home, it's my roots. I am an eternal member. I shall never leave. But I left my role as a system specialist and I stepped down from the ambassador and I started my own business coaching company. And this month I've had 6,000 in sales alone, and I only launched last month. And so things are just really starting to kick off. So what the SFM gave me is my marketing education, my business education, that allowed me to cross the bridge of firstly learning affiliate marketing and then leading me into selling my own services and products, which is where I am now.
Awesome. What a fantastic journey. If you just listen to how you put that in a couple of minutes, and you look back at what you've done, it's kind of similar to my journey. I also had a e-commerce business, doing the same thing, kind of waiting for people, waiting for stock, still got some stock. And it is liberating to have an online business that is there 24/7, 365 days. And it is a fantastic journey. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Another thing to note as well is there have been some major hurdles in my journey that I've had to overcome. The first one was leaving my husband. So I was in this really awful relationship I was with him for 12 years and I was terrified to leave, like literally terrified, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a single mum with 3 children. How will I cope financially? How will I cope mentally? No one will ever want me. Like, I'm damaged goods. I had all this, like, excuse my French, bullshit in my head, like telling myself these stories. And I went to an event, and an SFM event. And I came back and I was like, I know what I need to do. Like, I have to do this. In order for me to be successful, first, I need to put myself in the best possible position in a mindset sense, I'm in a good mental place sense. And so I took my 3 children and we left home. We were living in a caravan with no electricity for 6 weeks. And I can't explain to you what the SFM community did for me. Seriously, I literally got goosebumps, like just thinking about it. They just really supported me. I had people offering us beds in their houses. I had one girl who came, because we have lots of meetups. So it's like an online community, but we actually meet each other physically a lot as well at meetups and events and things that are happening. There was an event last year in South Africa, actually, funnily enough. They did a retreat there. But yeah, so we, at an event, she was coming over just for a London meetup, where we just meet up and have drinks and a barbecue or whatever. And she brought me 2 suitcases full of stuff for my new house, because she knew that we were leaving with nothing. And look, I did a talk on the SFM stage about this. Like, if you want evidence that this actually happened, go and check out my YouTube channel. Just search YouTube for Cordelia Kate. There's me talking on stage about this event, about leaving my husband, and how the community has supported me. And then not only that, a few months later, I finally get this house. I'm living in this amazing house. Life's starting to pick up. I got a new boyfriend, like it was going good. And then I have a car accident, and I broke my hip. I broke my pelvis in 6 places. I broke 4 ribs, and now I'm this single mum of 3, living on her own with broken bones, taking morphine, like, honestly. And I tell you what, one of the most things I was upset about was that my laptop got crushed. Like, I am so committed to my business. I love it so much. It's like, oh my God, you mean I'm going to be laid up in bed and my laptop got smashed? The SFM community raised 4,444. If you're in numerology, that's an angelic number, I'm told, dollars for me to buy a new laptop. Like, serious amounts of support.
Awesome.
The community were just like in touch with me. I was being looked after by a friend of mine that I've met in the SFM. A lot of my friends now are from the SFM because they're just so bloody awesome. We hang out a lot. So yeah, like, seriously, like, put your money where your mouth is in terms of what that community is actually like. It's nothing I've ever experienced before.
Oh, the thing for me, I think, is your mindset at the start of that journey, that you were so clear on what you wanted to do. And that is, I think, half the battle won, is being so motivated and driven, and that is your inspiration, that you're going to do this no matter what. Yeah,
definitely determined. You got to be, right. You got to believe in yourself. Foundation number 1, if you guys don't believe you can achieve this, if you guys don't believe that you can, and you go in half-hearted and you're like, oh well, I'll give it a go, I'll believe in it when I get some results, might work, might not, I don't know if I can actually do it. Believe me, you're going to get half-assed results. You've got to go all in, like, I am going to do this, whatever it takes. And, like, you've got this community of people around you. Like, if you reach out, you've got people supporting you. But yeah, it's definitely all about that mindset. You need to believe in yourself. And even if you don't believe in yourself right now, like, we have training on this. Like, there's a whole module in the SFM training that's dedicated to getting you in the right mindset for becoming successful, because it's so, so important.
Awesome. I've got 1 or 2 questions here that we can maybe have a look in a little bit more in depth. We've got a couple of minutes left, and just want to get into those. Had one here from Pierre. Thanks for that one, Pierre. It's always a good one to answer. Asking, how do I know this is legit, and do I need to be a platinum member to start earning?
Do you want me to answer that? I'm happy to.
Yeah, I think we can share that one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you know it's legit? I mean, you're just going to have to take my word for it, really. It is legitimate academy. It's been running for like between 6 and Stuart's been affiliate marketing for over 10 years. And he started this academy to help people. He could so easily go and be a business to business thing where he helps other businesses to scale. Like, he's got those skills, but his passion is in helping people improve their lives. And so he's built this community off the back of that. The SFM's been going for longer than 6 years. And so if it was a scam or a pyramid scheme, or it wasn't legit, like, it would have been shut down a long time ago. It's also linked with some serious high flying, well-known brands. For instance, we're partnered with LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning would, LinkedIn would not partner with a company that was not legit. We're also partnered with Digital Marketer, who are the biggest marketing authority in the online space. They do like the largest marketing conference in the world every year in San Diego, which I was supposed to be celebrating my 30th birthday there this year, but COVID. Anyway, it should happen in December now. But yeah, it's called Traffic and Conversion Summit, and we're partnered with them as well. There's some of their trainings. We're also partnered with a company called Bulletproof. And so these partnerships, with quite big training companies and marketing companies, I say quite big, I mean LinkedIn. If you don't know what LinkedIn is, then, well, we got a long road. I think everybody knows what LinkedIn is. So, that's just testament to the quality of the training that you get in the SFM. And then the other thing is, there was a second part to that question. Oh, the platinum.
The earning, do you have to kind of go for the top premium levels to start earning? Yeah.
So there is, at the moment, there's this thing called the All-In package that Stuart has released, and Robert will pop that in the chat, actually. If you pop the link to that in the chat, and then everybody can access it.
Yeah, I'll get that in there.
You can go and check it out. There's a video on there from Stuart. He's actually addressing like the current climate with COVID-19 as well. It's really interesting to just get his perspective on it. But the All-In package is $97 a month, I think. And it's like, for that, you've got everything that you need to start and run a successful business. One of my friends, Holly Barris, you can look her up. She's Holly Barris, the Instagram queen or something like that. She is an Instagram coach. She's now on 7 figures, and she joined the SFM on their essential training, and she never went to platinum. And for anyone watching, going, what's platinum? It's not even called platinum anymore. It's called the brand incubator. But some people want that extra support. Some people are like, I want intensive one-to-one coaching, or I want to go and do a retreat in Bali, or like, I really want like to have one-to-one access with Stuart. I really want to go through a branding process so I can get my colors, my logo, my brand, my vision, my mission. Some people want that extra, bolt-on packages to help them, to take things to the next level. And so they're available, but they're not necessary. Like, don't think this is one of those programs where you come in and it's like, you get so far, and then it's like, oh, hang on, until we unlock module 4, you have to pay us 10 grand. Like, it's not like that at all. You have access to everything you need, but there are bolt-ons for some extra like high level support and training, etc., if you want them, but you don't need them in order to build a successful business.
I think that's the great thing about SFM, is that you can actually start off with an investment in yourself that is not too overburdensome. You don't have to kind of mortgage the house to get this premium sort of package. And when you're at the right level, as you say, you need those next level skills if you want to scale up your business. You can get the next, let's say, branding, or get to the next level. So it does allow you to do this in incremental steps instead of just dumping something all in at once. But starting off with that all-in package does give you everything to get up and running, which is so awesome. I wish I had it a couple of months ago, but it is an awesome package that the guys have delivered for the current scenarios that we are in for people. What they're going.
It used to be a joining fee of $297 and then a recurring $97 per month. And what Stuart's doing, he's releasing this new all-in package, but inside of there's like, if you would purchase the things that are in there individually, And they're not all fulfilled by the SFM. So for instance, you've got LinkedIn Learning, right? That costs £30 per month. So about $40 per month to buy LinkedIn Learning, where you've got access to over 10,000 digital courses in there. That's alone. Then you get to host one website for free. Then you get like access to bulletproof marketing courses, which is like, that is $100 per month to be a member of that. And so like, you know, it's kind of just puts everything all under one umbrella, where you've got everything in-house that you need to build a successful business without having to be a subscriber of lots of different things.
And I think the other great thing is there is choice within that package, where you got kind of two streams of choosing, and you know, the selling online package or start your own online business. So there's actually two streams of learning and to get you up and running online, which is awesome.
Tons. It's actually overwhelming how much stuff there is. You have to treat it like a buffet and just take what you need. Cool. What's the next question?
Awesome. We've got a couple of minutes left, so maybe just
I'm happy to overrun if people here want us to, and you're cool with that. I'm cool with that.
No, for sure. I'll unmute the guys just now, and then we can see if they've got any questions from what you've been speaking about, what you've been sharing about.
Maybe allow them to unmute just in case there's something happening at home. But if anybody wants to unmute and come and ask a question, then feel free.
Yeah, because I can't see anybody, so I'm going to unmute right now. There we go. All right. I think just another question that came in. We kind of heard your journey. You know, there might be kind of guys asking, you know, am I too old? What sort of technical skills? I had somebody ask me the other day, you know, do I have to have previous learning or education to, you know, to kind of start doing this?
No. No, the whole point of it is that you can learn everything from scratch. You don't even need to have a Facebook account, you know, or like understand how to build a web. Like, you learn everything. And if you need seriously basic stuff like how to post on Facebook, there's even like basic trainings like that. So no, you don't need any experience. And as I said, you know, like, I was a nurse. I was a nurse when I joined, and I'd done a bit of e-commerce. I've massively failed at e-commerce, may I add. I lost like probably about £5,000 in stock. But I had never advertised online before. Like, I had never sold anything before other than with e-commerce, in terms of like, I just was totally alien to it. It was a whole new world. And we have members in the SFM that are in their 80s, like, and they're smashing it. We've got people of all walks, disabilities, ages. Do you know that we've even got members that are blind in the SFM? Like, it's incredible. We've got such a diverse community of people coming in and learning a ton of new skills. And the great thing about the skills that you learn here as well is they don't just set you up with an online business, they set you up in the digital world full stop. Because if, like, there was an example I've got recently, well, it wasn't even that recent, it was about a year ago. A friend of mine, Amy, she got a job working in marketing. Now, Amy's never, ever been to university to study marketing. Normally, if you're going to get a job in a marketing firm, you go and study marketing at uni and then like get a job post uni. But it was the fact, what they loved about her is that she'd been marketing with her own time and her own money to learn and hone that skill. And she was very skilled with marketing, and they were like, yeah, we'd love you to come and join our firm. And she actually came and joined that marketing firm. So it's not just starting a business, you're learning a lot of skills that are gonna allow you to maybe even become employed in the digital world, or get contracted work or freelancing work as well, because it's just kind of like, you know, just leveling up your skill set.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you're looking at what the demand is on online, just have a look at Google and trending phrases, and online businesses is right up there at the moment. Yeah, it's what people are wanting. It's what businesses are needing right now. Yeah. And it's only going to grow. You can see how we, conducting our meetings, how we are connecting is all online. And it's right here, right now. Yeah. I think let's do one more, and this kind of goes back to, you spoke about mindset, but maybe if you look at your whole journey, just to kind of inspire the guys on the call, what would you say are the kind of two big things that have really stood out and have supported you throughout your journey? You spoke about the first one, which was mindset. What else can you give the guys that kind of really
something that supported me on my journey?
Yeah, personal. You spoke about the community.
Yeah, the community.
Anything else?
The community is massive. Like I said, I stood on stage and did a talk about how awesome this community is in the SFM. It really is. It's not until something happens to you, like you break your blooming pelvis, or you living in a caravan with no electricity with 3 children, and you see how the community rally to come and look after you. Like I'm very close with a lot of people in this community, and the other awesome thing about it is that you surrounding yourself with like-minded people that are in a successful place. So for instance, they say that you are like the average of, what is it, the 10 closest people. Yeah, something cliche like that, but it's so true. So if you put yourself in an environment full of people that are running businesses and are in that entrepreneurial world and in that entrepreneurial mindset, and seeing great success, that's going to rub off on you, and you're going to start sort of widening and expanding your horizons, I want to say. But yeah, so the community has been huge. I've made such close friends in the community. I've got best friends for life, and it's just been such a support as well, because if I need anything, if I'm confused about anything, or if I need someone to have a look at something that I've created or give me some feedback, I got people at a drop of a hat to just come and who have the experience, not like my mum, or who hasn't got a bloody clue, or my sister who just, she hasn't got a clue. I've got actually experienced people to give me feedback all the time, which has really been a game changer for me. And then the other thing is throwing myself at every single opportunity that comes up. So I've been given lots of opportunities to dance, to talk on stage. Haven't danced on stage, I'm too shy for that, believe it or not. Opportunities to talk on stage, opportunity to skydive. We did a huge charity skydive for a company called Victoria's Promise, which was founded by Stuart Ross and his cousin after their cousin died of cancer. And so we did a charity skydive for Stuart's charity. I'm terrified of heights. I did it anyway because it was an opportunity that came up for me to step outside my comfort zone, and I threw myself out of my comfort zone. Things like we have a 90-day video challenge where you can practice your video skills in front of the community, and I jumped into that. We have events all around the world. I'll just show you something. This is awesome. I don't know if you've even seen this, Robert, but this is my lanyards for all of the SFM events I've been to around the world. And the events are absolutely incredible because that's where you meet people and make connections. Like I say, there was one in South Africa last year that happened in London, in the States. The events are just phenomenal. So it's the people you meet, the connections you make, and the stuff that you learn that just completely changes your life. Changed mine anyway.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I want to kind of maybe move on to maybe some more detail about SFM. The guys probably want to hear about that, and that might also open up some of the questions at the end. I know we're going a little bit over time here, but let's take this opportunity to explore that a little bit more. And as we've spoken about now, we've introduced you the all-in package. It's a brand new package, which is the entry level to get you started and up and running. And really it's a opportunity to grasp for what is happening in the world today, and that is where SFM has stepped up again to bring this to potential members. So guys, the link I have dropped into your chat box. You just open the chat at the bottom of your page. You'll see the link there. Click on that, save it in your browser, and you can have a look at that at the end of the call. So just have a look there, and I will be sending to you after the call, so don't stress if you can't pick it up there. But the key thing here is that the package allows you to explore and go through the business training without a huge commitment, as I said earlier. And it really is an investment in yourself to get those all in demand digital skills. If you haven't seen the videos that I launched last week to you guys, the package, as Cordelia said, is at an incredibly reduced price. It's only $99 as a once off, and then $97 per month thereafter. So it's pretty clear and simple. And the guys are so awesome that they have even put in a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you could go through all the training in those 30 days, and you might say, yeah, that's fine, but I don't think it's for me at this time, which I doubt. I don't think you will, but I think there's no questions asked.
No, nothing.
You just say, yeah, it's really...
They just give you a refund. They don't even ask you why. They're just like, okay, cool. We'll just... Yes, there's no risk. It's quite easy. I think the best way to really figure out if this is something for you is to just jump in and like experience it. Because we could talk about this all day, like all week, but really you're not going to know until you've just jumped in and experienced it and seen if it's something that you feel aligned with. And if it's not, then you just drop the customer support team a message on the chat system and say, hey, I've checked it out, not interested. Can you give me a refund? And they just process the refund. It takes like 2 or 3 days. But yeah, like Robert said, I doubt you're going to be unimpressed with what you find, because it is really awesome. I felt like Alice falling down the rabbit hole when I joined. Discovered a whole new world of this, just like, whoa, I can't even believe this exists.
And I think that's like life, in most things, we start something out and we're not really sure what is going to be, the next day, the next week, the next month. But if we are so committed to it and we know what we are wanting to do with our life, we will be all in, excuse the pun, because we have to kind of respond to current situation. People might be looking for change in their life. They might be trying to replace an income. They might be wanting to get an extra income, like you said, as a kind of side hustle. But there's only one way to do it, and that's to jump all in. Feet first, as you say, down the rabbit hole, follow the yellow brick road. It's you got to experience it. I was explaining to Pierre the other day kind of how my experience on opening up an e-commerce business as well also fell flat. I didn't know what was going to happen. I went in with the experience that I had from retail, thinking, I'm going to crack this, I can do this. But I didn't know. But I went all in. It didn't cost me too much, thankfully. But I went all in and gave it my best shot. So I think my advice to, as Cordelia said, is really just experience it. And there's really no risk. Go and do all the training. You've got 30 days to do it. Go and check it out. It's really some powerful stuff there. And it's not just the business stuff. I think the coaching, the mentoring mindset stuff, I spent quite a bit of time. I think some people might just skip over that. I think it is so key to look at that training and get that mindset of an entrepreneur from day one, because I think that is kind of the start of your digital entrepreneur journey, if you want to call it that. That coaching for me, I'll still refer back to it.
Yeah, it is really good. It is really good. So yeah, if any of you are going to submit that, just to let you know what happens afterwards. So you submit your fill in your thing to join the Allin package, and then you'll be assigned a business consultant who you actually have like one-to-one calls with on the phone to just talk about what it is you want to do in your business, where you want to go, and they're going to guide you with you know, what to do next, etc., in terms of what training to watch, because there is a hell of a lot of training and you can get overwhelmed by watching all of it. So we have these business consultants that are there to help guide you through that process. And then the other thing is that you've obviously just got access to all the training then, and it is module by module. It unlocks as you do a module. You don't have to pay anything to unlock the further modules. Like, that's it, you're in the system now and you've got access to all of that training. And then you'll also be invited into the community, where you can see other people posting. You can see all the live webinars as well that are happening. There are live webinars that happen pretty much every day. Some little 30-minute ones that are just about kind of mindset, other ones that are more in-depth marketing stuff. And the other awesome thing as well is that, I mean, I know Robert, and I know that he will support you guys. You know, you only need to be a couple of steps ahead to be able to help somebody else. And Robert's, you know, walking the walk and talking the talk. He's building this business, he's getting sales, he's, you know, creating an income from it, and he's generating a lot of leads and all that kind of stuff, which is something that you'll do for your own online businesses. And he's going to be able to help you and support you along the way if you need to jump on a call, or I'm sure that he would be happy to do that with you guys as well. So you've kind of got him as your wingman too, which is really cool. But yeah,
awesome,
cool. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been really great. I love the opportunity to just jump on and talk. It always makes me happy.
Yeah, I just want to see if you guys are unmuted. Pierre and Carol, if there's any questions that you want to ask before we close off.
Pierre, yeah, just a quick one. Sorry, Carol. Yeah, carry on, Carol.
No, I was going to say not right now. A lot of thinking to do, but Robert, you will get an email from me.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
I've been a bit of a pain for Robert, so I can say that he's actually answered most of my questions already, but I'm going to ask this one again, I think. Yeah. Trading across borders has been a bit of a challenge, and I'm listening to people locally here and saying it's not that simple. What has been your experience from where you sit? Obviously, Robert's given me his opinion on that.
So
just say it again. Trading across borders.
Trading across borders. In other words, let's say from South Africa to the USA or wherever it might be, UK, whatever. Are they real stumbling blocks in doing that?
Okay, so I understand your question, which would be really valid if this was like a physical product that we were trading between, but it's all online. So basically, you know, you're going to learn how to build up an online business. And I've got clients from all over the world. You know, I've got clients in many different countries, because I'm a business coach and I work with people online, so it doesn't matter what country you're in. And there isn't any issues with trading across borders. There's no issue at all. My company is registered in the UK, Cordelia Kate Limited, and I have international clients that come and work with me. And when I used to be an affiliate for the SFM, and I still am and always will be, but that was when, you know, that was the main pillar of my business when I was getting my marketing education. You know, the SFM is now always going to be a product that I recommend, because affiliate marketing is just about recommending other people's products and then getting a commission for any referrals you make that end up becoming a customer of that product as well. And it's a great way to get your marketing education, because you don't need to do the product fulfillment at that stage. Whereas now I'm a coach, obviously I'm doing product fulfillment. I'll sell coaching packages and then I'm the one delivering the coaching, right? So it's kind of a great way to get started in getting your marketing education. And I see it as a bit of a bridge. But so back then, when that was the main pillar of my business, as just getting my marketing education and focusing solely on affiliate marketing, there were no issues with that either, because it would be a case of I would advertise online and then people just come to my website, like you guys did, you know, come and check out Robert's website and sign up for the videos because it's something that you feel aligned to or interested in checking out. And then, you know, when you purchase that, you're purchasing that with a company that's actually registered in the States, you know, even though Stuart's in the UK and Jake Kubizak's in Canada, and all of the team, they practice what they preach. We're all I mean, I'm not on the team anymore, but I was for a while, but we're all working from home, you know, on our laptops, because we're about helping people to have lives of freedom and whatever. So there isn't an office that the SFM staff are all stuck in, like everybody's, you know, working from wherever they want to in the world. So no, when we're talking about online business, trading across borders is not an issue at all.
Okay, thank you. I'm pretty much an old school, that's probably why.
Yeah, well, it's just a whole new concept to get your head around this online business stuff. And like I said earlier on in the call, like, it used to be something that was like, whoa, and now it's becoming more kind of widely accepted. People are, you know, doing university online, studying online, having counseling sessions online, all of this stuff. And you can kind of compare it to what it was like 10 years ago or 15 years ago when we started to pay online for shopping and stuff with credit cards. And there'd be people going, oh no, don't put your credit card details online, you're going to get scammed, all your money will be taken from your bank account. And it was a real threat, you know, because this had happened to some people and it was a worry. But now, you know, we see a pair of trainers we want, we know what to look out for the website. You know, it's secure, it's got the right badges on it, and we just put our credit card details in because we want the trainers. It's a standard everyday practice. And that's what's happening with online business. And what I'm seeing at the moment is a huge shift towards online business becoming more normal than it's ever been before, purely because everybody's now working from home. Corporate companies are managing from home using Zoom, and there's just a massive shift happening in the world right now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot less resistance to it than there has been in previous years, I can tell you.
Thank you very much from my side.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, thanks for that question. Any last comments there?
No, all good.
All good. Awesome.
Carol, Pierre, thank you so much. Cordelia, thank you so much again for being here. It's been amazing as always. And guys, that is it for. I'll send you a recording, and we'll send that out into your inboxes a little bit later. So thank you so much for joining, for stepping out, and for being courageous. And that is it from us. Till next time, that's a wrap. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Be safe. Be safe.
Bye.
You too. Bye.